Alright then my friends, so now we have this switch statement, and if they choose option A, we're getting the name and the price, and if they choose option T at the minute, we're getting the tip. But these variables right here, the price and the tip, and anything else we get from user input, they are strings. So even if they type in a number, which they should do for price and tip, we get a string back, a string of that number, like this, 35 in a string, okay? But when we're updating the price in our bill object, it must be a float 64 and the tip must be a float 64 as well. And the functions that we call to update the tip and that item as well inside the bill, they must be float 64. So we can't just take this string and use that as the value. We have to pass it into a float. So I'm going to show you how we can do that now. So we're going to use a package called string conv or string convert or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to use a method on that called parse float. So this method gives us back two values. So the first is going to be the float that it passes it to. I'm going to call that P, short for price. And the second is an error if it can't pass that value. So the error is going to occur if we type something like, I don't know, G or F or a letter or something like that for the price. It can't pass that into a float. It can only pass some kind of string number into a float. So we get those two values back, right? So colon equals, and then we set it equal to strconv. So that's the package name. I'm going to click on this and it should auto import at the top. There we go. So we use the method called parse float. Now we pass in here the thing we want to parse, and that is the price. So this thing right here, and also the number of bits, so 64 in our case. We want to pass it to a float 64. So we get this parsed float back, P, and an error if they can't pass it. So first of all, let's check if we have an error. And that error is going to be nil if it can pass it, and it's going to be some kind of value if it can't pass it. So what I'm going to do is check, is error not equal to nil? Because if that's the case, it means there is some kind of error and it can't pass it. So in that case, I'm going to fmt.println, and I will say over here, the price must be a number, like so. And then what I'm going to do is fire the prompt options function again and pass in the bill, which is B. So I'm not going to prompt for the price again. I could kind of put that functionality in, but instead I'm just going to go back to the start so they can choose an option again. So that's if there is an error. If they enter something like G or F for the price, we're going to print out this message and go back to the prompt options right here. All right, so if there's not an error, then we can update the actual bill and add an item to it with the name and the price, okay? Or rather the name and P over here. So what I'm going to do is say B, which is the bill, dot add item, and we pass in the name and the price. All right then, so after that, I'm going to print something to the console just to say we've added the item. So I'll say item added, and then I'll output the items as well. So the name and the price, like so. And then after that, once they've added an item, I'm going to fire this function again, prompt options, so they can choose something else. They could add another item again, add a tip, or save bill. So let's paste that in down here and pass in the bill. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to do something similar for the tip now. So let me take all this and copy it. I'm going to paste it down here. So instead of P, we'll call this T. And instead of price, we pass in the tip. And then instead of price here, we'll say the tip must be a number. And we prompt options if there is an error. And then down here, instead of add item, we'll do update tip and pass in T, which is the tip. And then at the end, we'll say fmt.println tip added, and then output the tip as well. And then after that, we want to call prompt options again, so we can go back and do some other things as well. Awesome. So hopefully this is now all working. Now, what I also want to do is update this right here. I'll say you chose to save the bill, and then I'm going to output the bill at the end. just so we can see it after we've added items and also after we've updated the tip. If we press S, we can see the final bill and not save it at the minute, just see it in the console. Alright, so I'm going to save that. I'm going to clear out the console and then I'm going to run the file to see if all this works. So create a new bill. I'll say Luigi's bill and then I'm going to add some items. So pie, and that's going to be $4.99. Then I'll say add another item, cake, and that's going to be $3.99. Then I'll update the tip, so T, and that's going to be $5. And then I'm going to try adding some other character like H. Well, it says that was not a valid option, and we get the options again. Then if I say S to save the bill, we can see the bill right here. So we have Luigi's bill, and we have these items inside it, as well as the tip right here. So next up, I'm going to show you how we can actually save the bill to a file. And in doing that, we'll be using this format function right here. So we'll format the bill first of all, and then save that string to a text file.